Usually we just kick our shows off with the music, but it's weird being able to talk like in a room to an intimate group of people. We don't get to do shows like this very often. And Eddie on the steel guitar here had pulled me aside afterwards or before we came out, and he was like, hey, he's like, just, you know, maybe gauge the crowd a little bit if they want to hear stories about anything, or if you guys want to hear any of our stories about the songs or about anything, you guys just go ahead in between songs and yell at me, that's fine. Totally cool. I don't get the opportunity to just stop mid-set and talk to people. Usually we rush through these shows and then we're done, and I don't have to say much at all. So the more I talk, I don't know about that, but you know. You guys go ahead and shoot. This next song was written by Billy Lawson and Ed Hill, and they wrote it and pitched it to me, and I loved the song so much because it reminded me of Hank Williams. So that's why we ended up playing this one here. Oh, why don't you love me anymore? Have I lost the shine that you adore? Why do you turn cold to what used to turn you on? Well, why don't you love me anymore? Why do you treat me like an old stray dog? Some old hound nobody walks. You might be the best I've ever had. I ain't gonna beg, I ain't gonna wag. Why don't you love me anymore? Why have you closed and locked the door? I can feel your feelings change. I can almost smell the pain. Well, why don't you love me anymore? Any slide on the steel guitar. Thank you all so much.
Where are you guys from?
We are from Nashville, Tennessee. That's all I can claim anymore. But as a musician who moved to Nashville, I call the life I had before this one my past life. Because everything is totally different now. But we can talk about where we're all from. My name is Zachariah, and I am from a little town south of Detroit, Michigan. Pass the horn around. Go ahead, Eddie.
I'm from the Upper West Side of Florida, Panama City, Florida.
My name's Kellen, and I'm from Lingle, Wyoming.
I'm Jared, and I'm from Central Illinois, Urbana.
I'm Anthony. I'm from Newport Beach, California.
All right.
Sorry.
Did you all meet here and put your band together here?
So when I moved to town, it was February 14th, Valentine's Day, of 2020.
Oh, nice.
And my ambitions were high when I got to town. And I was so excited. I'd gotten here on Valentine's Day and had a show that night playing for the first time, and I'd gotten 2 or 3 gigs, and I was like, I'm getting gigs, I just got here. I was so happy and excited, you know, and I was like, I don't have to work again. Yeah. Anyway, so I started playing a little bit, and actually, it wasn't very long after that I played my first show with Jared on the bass. He played with me not long after that, I don't think. Probably a Cowpokes gig. It probably could have been that. And then COVID happened, and then I played sparingly through that time, usually in front of a phone camera, in front of people who cared to listen. But not long after that, I ended up playing with a band called the Cowpokes, who play at the American Legion Post 82 in East Nashville. And I was with that band for a little bit over a year and a half-ish. And through that time, I had actually met Eddie on the steel guitar, and we did a couple jams together. It's just him on steel, me playing, and we had a little couple circles of bands together, and I've been wanting to put together a little outfit after a while. Ended up doing a TV show called George and Tammy, and that took me out of town for a little bit. When I came home, I lost all my gigs. So I made a point to put a band together. So me and Eddie linked up, and then we were talking about guitar players, and I went out to a festival in Maryland, and I was thinking a lot about playing music, and watching live music was inspiring me, and I was like, I need to get a band together. And I was like, wait a minute. It's like, who's that kid on guitar I've been seeing all the time? And it was Anthony. And I reached out to him on the internet and was like, hey, I was like, why are we playing music together?
And I was like, how'd you get this number?
And I said, forget that. We got important things to talk about. So that was kind of the forming of this band, was that. And the pieces have fallen together ever since. And actually, we just acquired Kellen back there on the drum. He's usually got a kit, but, you know.
We found him on the side of the road with his thumb stuck up the snare. He had the shirt.
He had the same shirt.
Coincidence.
So that is how the band formed, and we've been having some fun ever since. It's been a good time. Before I moved here, though, I was a receiving manager at a place called Tractor Supply. Believe that or not. And I spent my Friday mornings really early getting up and unloading semi-trucks. And one morning I woke up, and this had never happened before, and I've heard Marty Stewart talk about it a lot, where a song comes to you and it just appears, and then you write it down and you don't really know where it came from. Well, that's how this next song came about, and it's called Girl Like You. I don't remember what started the song or what, and I just remember sitting in the back room at my job and writing it, and it was written in 5 minutes, and this is how it goes.
Lately I seem to find myself wanting things that I don't need. Whether it's a shot of whiskey or some late night company, I just long for the days of settling down, but it's all now picking up, and it's hard to turn my nose away when someone handing me a cup. It's getting harder to control it, to preserve my longevity. I need a nice and a pretty girl like you to protect myself from me. Well, the train might stop and derail, and they say come that I'm away. I feel the pulse that beats inside my veins. It's just a staggering earthquake. I long so much to be content, and I lie awake at night and think of lovely places we can myself from me. Each day's another struggle just to make it out alive. I should be sitting down in church somewhere instead of honky-tonks and knives. I need a brand new way of living, a little bit of clarity. This feeling sorry for myself, another pronounced agony. I'm sorry that I've been a driving this parade train so I need a nice and a pretty girl like you to take myself from me.
Thank you. Yeah, that song was a possession. I don't know where it came from. It just kind of happened. But it gets a lot out of you. That's why we do it early in the set. This next song, I met a good friend of mine living here in Nashville. I actually, when I first moved to town, I lived with the family of Jim Ed Brown. Anybody remember Jim Ed Brown? I got to move in with his family and live with them during COVID. So we got to know each other really well. I got to hear a lot of really cool country music stories. And the Browns went to church in Brentwood, and they went to church with a songwriter by the name of Dickie Lee. Anybody know Dickie Lee? Well, me trying to get my feet wet, I asked Mrs. Brown if she would introduce me to Dickie. And she did. And Dickie and I got to write some songs together. And it was really cool. And he ended up introducing me to a young songwriter that he'd become really close friends with by the name of Conrad Fisher. And Conrad and I, when we met, we hit it off, and we got to write a lot of cool songs together. Well, recently, Conrad had pitched a song to me that he wrote for me after going through a breakup. The song's called Heartbreak. And I fell in love with it right away. It reminded me of Don Gibson, one of old heartbreak songs. And yeah, we're going to do that one for you now because it's still pretty fresh.
Fresh. Freaky fresh. All right.
I met a girl with eyes of blue back in the spring. I loved her true and I thought wedding bells would ring. But winter time has left me cold and she has done the same. But I've got a shadow following me and heartbreak is his name. I've got a heartbreak following me, a heartbreak, can't you let me be? Why don't you go find some other lonely fool in town? Just when I'm thinking I've got it right, you sneak in and ruin my night. Heartbreak, I'll never love again with you here right home. Knows I've tried it all, but what else can I do? What have I become that keeps me lonely, cold and blue? I've got a heartbreak following me, a heartbreak, can't you let me be? Why don't you go find some other lonely fool in town? Just when I'm thinking I've got it right, you sneak in and ruin my night. Heartbreak, I'll never love again. I'll find a pretty girl and settle down. Buy a little house to call our own on the edge of town. We'll have Valentine, a picket fence as far as the eye can see. But darling, you should know before you fall in love with me, I've got a heartbreak following me, a heartbreak, can't you let me be? Why don't you go find some other lonely fool in town? Just when I'm thinking I've got it right, you sneak in and ruin my life. Heartbreak, I'll never love again with you around. Whoa, heartbreak, I'll never love again with you around.
Try getting that out of your head. It's not even my song. It haunts me. It haunts me. It's a good one, though. It's a fun one. I don't like talking about my own songs. They're just my spawn, you know. They just kind of came out of my head. But I love talking about other people's songs. It's like my favorite thing to do. And I didn't write that song. Like I said, Conrad did. I love it. It's a fun little jingle. Are y'all having a good time? Like I said, this is not like my normal thing. I usually can stand up and there's a distance between you and the crowd, and then you can turn around between songs and be like,
Yeah, what do you guys think we should do?
there's not that here. We can just talk. Like I said, so if you have anything to say, go ahead. You guys can talk to us throughout this. If you want to know about how Eddie acquired his steel guitars, you can talk to him about that stuff too, or any of that stuff. I think it's fun stuff. What year is that guitar, Eddie?
This was probably 1952. Wow.
That's the reason why I bring that up, because it's cool.
Very cool.
How did you get it?
This one I bought over at Fanny's Guitar Shop. Where's that at? East Nashville.
Where is it?
This one's not the cool one that was owned by somebody else. You know, this is.
It's clean though.
What's that?
It's in good shape. It's clean.
It is clean. I gave her a bath this morning.
And that one's a Fender as well, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
Fender.
and what year is that? I'll talk about it.
Which one? This one?
The other one.
The other one's 1948.
Eddie owns we took it out on the road when we went out a lot last fall. We were pretty busy last fall, and Eddie included a lot of stories about this guitar that he had brought with him on the road. We got to do some really cool stuff. One of the cool things we got to do was we played Hank Williams' 100th birthday in Montgomery, Alabama. We opened up with, we did a show with Gene Watson. It was really it was a cool show. And Eddie brought his 1948 Fender lap steel with him. It's got three necks on it, triple neck.
Same thing.
And it was owned by Dickie Harris, who played for Ernest Tubb and the Texas Troubadours. Some history, right. And if anything, I nerd out about country music, and we all have a fun time talking about it. But this next song we'll do for you, like I said, if you got any questions, go ahead and holler them. But this next song is it kind of goes along with the last song we did. This one's called Little Diva. It's about breaking up with somebody who you can't stand. Anybody got a special ex they think about when they think about someone they can't stand? This is the song about them.
I'm looking at him right now.
It's the weirdest thing you've ever said to me. Thank you for saying it in front of 25 people.
1, 2, 3.
Suitcases all packed, time to gaze at the facts. You know when you ain't wanted no more. The clock has been ticking, my legs have been kicking your love right out of my door. The day's growing colder, my face looking older. I'm done wasting our time. Now there's no left to say, I swear you'll be okay. I'll evict you right here with this ride. So goodbye little diva, I'm so sad to leave ya, but you gotta be moving on. My heartstrings been pulled fights made love at the end of the day. But goodbye, little diva, I'm so sad to leave you. You're better off on your own way. Filled with dew, and my mind's been subdued, and the emptiness grows more each hour. You pulled out of my drive and straight out of my life. I just covered my face and I cowered. If we'd had it worked out in my mind, there's no doubt that we'd ended when I'd seen my grave. But you're out moving on down the highway, you've gone. Oh, your love is the only high grade. So goodbye, little diva, I'm so sad to leave you, but you gotta be moving on. My heartstrings been pulled and my brain has been fooled. You'd still be here, but I ain't that strong. We've danced in the moonlight, had heartbreaking bad fights, made love at the end of the day. But goodbye, little diva, I'm so sad to leave you. You're better off on your own way. One more time, boys. Goodbye, little diva, I'm so sad to leave you, but you gotta be moving on. My heartstrings been pulled and my brain has been fooled. You'd still be here, but I ain't that strong. We've danced in the moonlight, had heartbreaking bad fights, made love at the end of the day. But goodbye, little diva, I'm so sad to leave you. You're better off on your own way. I wasn't upset that she left. No, it was time. It was time. We had a few of those. I think while we're on that note, we're gonna do we'll do a slow song for y'all. I did not write this next one. I actually learned this song quite a while ago, but it's one that we've added to our set list a few times. It's a song that was made popular by George Jones. We got any George Jones fans? I got to play in the George and Tammy TV show with I don't know, anybody see the show? If you haven't seen the show, watch the show. It's a cool show. I learned a lot about George because of the show. People always now come up to me if they know that I've been in the show. They want to talk about George with me, and I love to talk stories about George Jones because he was insane. There's some pretty good ones. I will not indulge in those now, but I will indulge in this next song, which is called "Empty Bottle, Broken Heart, and You're Still on My Mind."
Yay.
One, two, one, two.
The jukebox is playing a honky-tonk song. One more I keep singing, and then I'll go home. What good would it do me? I know what I'll find. It's an empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. The people are laughing, they're having their fun, while I sit here crying over what you have done. My pockets are empty, down to my last dime. With an empty bottle, a a broken heart, and you're still on my mind.
Take a full one.
Could cry, and I just sit here drinking until the bottle runs dry. To try and forget you, I turn to the wine. Within the empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. Just in the empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind.
George Jones music. We'll come back to talks about George after a while, but we got any Bob Wills fans in the room?
Oh, yeah.
You got a big one, right?
I think Bob's pretty cool. Not many people talk about how cool Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys were. But I mean, I think it's anybody who plays real traditional country music or anything like that, they kind of toe back a little bit into Western swing a lot too, and how cool Western swing is, and how not many people get to play it that often. And I get to talk Western swing with pretty much everybody in this band quite a bit, and I know one person in particular that loves his Western swing is Mr. Eddie Slide over there on the steel guitar. And I was going to ask, I think it's about time we let Eddie take it away on that thing. What do y'all think?
Yeah!
You want to give us some Leon McAuliffe?
Yeah, how about Steel Guitar Rest?
That sounds like the song.
How about that?
All right. Let's see if we remember having the same words. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Let's see.
slide, everybody.
When you opened for the Williams,
The Hank Williams Show? Yeah.
What did you play?
Oh,
What did we?
a lot of what we have been doing for y'all tonight. But are you asking for a Hank Williams song?
Did you play it?
We did. We did. We didn't have a drummer at the time, and we had a fiddle player with us. And it was probably the closest band that they've had on that stage to play that was, what would you say, close to what the Drifting Cowboys would have played with Hank Williams. So we actually got to play a lot of those songs traditionally how they would have sounded when they were recorded, which was really kind of a cool thing. And we could probably figure one out for them. Yeah.
You want to do Deer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. What key?
F. 2 beat.
And per your request, this is one of the songs we got to do. This is a song that Hank had done called Dear John, I've Sent Your Saddle Home. Went like this.
Same kind of. You got that intro?
We'll give it a shot. I remember it.
Well, when I woke up this morning, there was a note upon my door. Said, don't make me no coffee, babe, cause I won't be back no more. And that's all she wrote.
Dear John,
I fetched your saddle home. Now Jonah got long in the belly of the whale, Daniel in the lion's den. Well, but I know a guy that didn't try to get along, and he won't get a chance again. And that's all she wrote.
Dear John,
I fetched your saddle home. Come on, Eddie. Well, my gal's short and stubby, she's as strong as she can be. But if that little old gal of mine never gets a hold of me, well, that's all she wrote.
Dear John,
I fetched your saddle home. Now Jonah got along in the belly of the whale, Daniel in the lion's den. But I know a man that didn't try to get along, and he won't get a chance again. And that's all she wrote.
Dear John,
I fetched your saddle home. Now I went down to the bank this morning. The cashier said with a grin, I feel so sorry for you, Hank, but your wife has done been in. And that's all she wrote.
Dear John,
I fetched your saddle home.
Hank Williams, the king of honky-tonk music. I got him tattooed on my arm. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
oh yeah. Do I do it? No. Yeah.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you do.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Change of instruments. Mr. Anthony Castagna is now going to the, as they call the tic-tac, the bass 6 guitar.
That's pink, she said.
It's pink.
Real men wear pink guitars. That's the. All right, ready?
Which one are we?
There's another original one, yeah, lady.
Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Well, I've been running around just to paint the town, hitting all the right spots, just to cure the frown. The ladies wanted to quit dancing, they wouldn't dance much anymore. And darlings 3 and 4 have left the floor and walked right out the door. And with a good friend of mine, they're bringing and feeling fine. stranger who can take my tears away. Drinking, flirting, and reliving times when my life was okay. We were out there just ignoring blues until the dawn is cracked. Oh, the band just plays some honky-tonk that will bring those apartments back. I think they have left it good. They're gone without much of care. But I see girls 5 and 6. They're sitting right over there. The ladies wanted to quit dancing. They wouldn't dance much anymore. Darlings, 3 and 4 have left the floor and walked right out the door.
That song was written in the first booth at Robert's Western World. I was with a friend one night, and we were trying to go dance with some girls out on the dance floor. And every time I'd get the courage to stand up, they'd leave. So that's where that song came from.
The liquid courage.
The liquid courage, yes. All right, we're going to do one more for you, take a quick intermission. We'll be back. We got a lot more to go. We got a lot more areas to cover. You guys having a good time with us tonight?
Final stages.
Yep.
You were in the final stages?
You know, let's, why don't we end on an Anthony note? We'll put that in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been having fun listening to you play.
Oh, yeah.
You guys enjoying Anthony's guitar? He's fantastic, y'all.
There's been some interesting notes for sure.
The more interesting, the better. Yeah, I'd seen Anthony play a couple times around town. I didn't know him personally, except through social media and stuff like that. And I texted him from Maryland and was like, "Hey, we need to play some music together." And he didn't object. You might think he did now, but he didn't object at the time. And well, now the story is what it is.
Story's been written.
Story's been written.
Currently being written.
Currently being written, and we're here right now in front of y'all. And I'll tell you, something about Anthony is he loves great music, and he loves country, R&B, rock, surf rock. I don't know of anything you don't like. Really, you like just about everything that there is, and he's just a plethora of knowledge of music, specifically music from back in the day. He's got a record collection that will blow your mind. And I've learned a lot about music from just being around Anthony, and I like to talk guitar with him a little bit, especially some of them old Nashville Cats. And I noticed one in particular that sticks out to me that Anthony always reminds me of was Hank Garland. And which is why I always request that Anthony would play us the Sugarfoot Rag. Would you do that for him?
Absolutely.
On the guitar. I ate.
Welcome back.
Bad choice. No.
I never eat before a gig. I typically never do, but I've smelled that chili in there since I walked in the door. And then I seen cookies.
That was good.
Oh, wait.
And guys, I want y'all to give a round of applause, Frank and Sylvie, for having us out. Y'all are just fantastic people, and you must have not heard the rumor of not letting musicians into your house.
Not everybody gets to come.
They tend to, yeah, musicians tend to, they grow on you like mold.
Right.
Yeah, when I moved in with Jim Ed's family, they kept me around for 4 years, and then I went off and bought a house and spent my time putting furniture in my house, and there was a day where Becky said, "You may just have to go move in your house." And I think she knew, because I wasn't wanting to leave. I was just like taking my dear sweet time, and I was like, the place was like a museum for country music, and I hated leaving Brentwood. It was like, you know, so much fun, but Nashville's a weird place. I was sitting up here as we finished our last song, and I was thinking to myself as I'm sitting up here with these guys, and I bet you, I would say that I probably have played just as many, if not more, shows with Jared than the Beatles got to play together. And it's just wild to me that Nashville allows musicians, it allows all of us to see each other and play together on such a regular basis. It's just, it's just such a cool thing to be able to live in a place where you get to play this much music, and for audiences like yourself, it just really warms my heart to see everybody here supporting us. You guys came in blind, not knowing what to expect, and I hope you've loved it so far.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm so thankful you gave up your gig at the CMA tonight.
Yeah.
CMAs are here tonight.
You are.
CMAs are here tonight. And when this band got together, this is a true story. This is a true story, and I can show you the proof. I messaged Jelly Roll. I said, Jelly, we should do something together. And he said, that would be awesome. Swear to you, he said that. And since then, he's just blown up. He's just blown up. But I'm about to bring that back up to him. And with the power of TikTok, we will make it happen.
You need some more face tattoos.
We could start on that. They're getting kind of common these days. Getting kind of common.
I think Eddie needs a face tattoo.
Yeah.
Eddie, need a face tattoo?
Yeah, this is the only one I got.
This next song we're going to do for you is about bad decisions. Anybody made them before? I've made some. Everybody in this band has made at least one, except for Jared. He's a saint. This song was actually written about George Jones. I wrote this song, gotta be 10 years ago. It goes like this.
Drink till dusk, you know I drink when I'm feeling just so out of my luck. Well, I drink when I'm good and I'm going with you. I drink when I'm feeling just so downright blue. I drink till I'm drunk and I'm feeling alright. Well, I drink when I'm in bed with you at night. And doctor says my body's just about half done, but to quit my drinking is to quit having fun. I should get my health right back to where it has been, but when I take a big sip, I'm feeling good again. I got in a fight punch. Drunk and handcuffed on that old dirt street, and now I'm sitting in a car with no shoes on my feet. When I let me hear it, not a clue. And when I go to jail, I'll make some toilet brew. The doctor says my body's just about half done. But to quit my drinking is to quit having fun. I should get my head right back to where it has been. When I take a big sip, I'm feeling good again. Dust, you know I drink when I'm feeling so down on my luck with. I drink when I'm good and it's going good. I drink when I'm feeling just so down my throat. I drink till I'm drunk and the feeling alright. When I'm in bed with you.
I think I wrote that song before I was able to drink legally. Legally, but you know when you hit legal age, it's not fun anymore. You're like, oh, I'm over this. I'm like, you could tell, you could listen to that song. It's got full of teen angst, isn't it? I can't believe I'm still playing it. All right, I think we need to do something a little different.
A little different.
We need to do the sad old songs. What I think we need to do. We take both of me in one.
Huh?
Since I'm not.
All right. This next song here is a song written from experience about a relationship I'd had before I moved to Nashville, and I actually wrote this song in Jim Ed's basement. It's called Sad Old Songs.
Look out for it on our upcoming EP.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And as Anthony just... Do I need to repeat that? This room's small.
Yeah, talk about it later.
It's also weird walking up here and putting my guitar on and not plugging it in, and I'm like, something's different.
1, 2, 3.
About your living room when it was dimly lit, and the comfort of your lap when I would lay in bed. All the times you give me loving that was counterfeit, you leave me singing my sad old songs. I was yelling at the moon and he'd repeat your name. I started thinking that our loving was a foolish game. I'm writing lyrics about you for the fortune and fame. You got me singing my sad old songs, just to sing in my sad old songs. If I were living just like you, then I would have a choice. Being cold may be so cruel, but you sure can rejoice. I'm crying out your name in my high, lonesome voice. I'm just a singing my sad old songs. I'm just a singing my sad old songs. years are through, we'll all come rushing, I'll come running, I will jump for you. Hoping you remember I would be so true, that all my singing may not be so blue. So sad to know we can't, yes that's a hurtful fact. When you fall in love with someone who just can't attach, she leaves you singing your sad old songs. Singing your sad old songs. She leaves you singing your sad old songs. She leaves you singing your sad old songs.
The trumpet is the element of suspense. You won't see it again, y'all. Eddie's rule with the trumpet is always leave them wanting more. All right. I'm still recovering from the chili and the cookies. Should have thought about that before I had to hit that note. I got the wonderful Tennessee allergies that have never got used to those, and but the cicadas seem to be gone, right?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, the plagues of the Tennessee Valley.
No.
Is that a cicada?
It sounds like one.
Something.
Dying cicada.
I got to talk to a couple of y'all on the break. It was fun getting to talk and getting to meet you guys. It means a lot that y'all are here, really. It does, supporting us. Like I said, you guys came in cold, and hopefully we were giving you the show you wanted, and it means a lot to see you guys and have your support. It means a lot. I got to talk a little bit about Hank Williams, though. Hank, he was a huge inspiration to me growing up, as he was for many people that moved to this town to play music. And I wrote a song about Hank Williams and what it would have been like, or what it must have felt like for Hank when he was living in his final days. For those of you that don't know, Hank, he technically died of heart failure. He didn't die of alcoholism. He was getting morphine shots most of the time every day for the pain that he had in his back. And that's how he died. He died at 29 years old. So it's interesting when people refer to him as Old Hank because he was the first one, but he actually was the youngest one that lived that short amount of time. But this song I wrote after, just about what it would have been like for living in those final days as Hank Williams. It's called The Final Stages of Hank.
I don't need the doc to call to tell the awful news. Well, I think it's time to tell my friends about what they will lose. I'm dropping weight and I'm feeling low. There's a gal around here to thank. Well, I'm in the final stages of Hank. You don't need no PhD to find my old disease. If you listen to your cheating heart, you will understand with ease. I can't go on another day. Well, I've lost my heart and strength. I'm in the final stages of pain. diagnosis. Well, I ain't been feeling right. I've been to my Cadillac and right into the night. I'm walking in his cowboy boots, love sick and tall and lame. I'm in the final stages of pain. Shaky, I am so frail and thin. I'm closer to the heavens above than I've ever felt I've been. I can't go on another day more than anything I've drank. I'm in the final stages of pain. Well, I'm in final stages of pain. Oh, sad, sad, sad.
What do we got here on the docket?
I think we're missing a song on there too.
Are we?
Yeah. I see you staring across the room. Is that on there?
You want to do it?
Yeah, why not? That's a,
Is that one I can follow?
oh, well, if Jared didn't get it, then never mind.
It wasn't on there. Yeah, no. Anyway.
I forgot.
I heard a rumor.
Jared's not in this band full time.
I heard a rumor during the break, though. I heard that there's some really good dancers in the room.
Oh. Yeah.
No, he retired.
No.
Which one?
Yeah.
Do y'all want to dance?
The boot heel?
Over there.
Wherever you are, over there, out of sight.
That room here.
Oh, we can make room for sure.
Oh,
It's the tightest dance competition in Nashville tonight, right here.
no more cookie for you.
Don't blame me.
Eddie backed up even more, Zach.
I didn't know that coming in.
You got.
How about walking the floor over you?
Sure.
No. We should have enough.
You guys ready? One.
See?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you ask him?
One.
No, I didn't ask for this.
1, 2, 3.
You left me and you went away. You said that you'd be back in just a day. You've broken your promise and you left me here alone. I don't know why you did, dear, but I do know that you're gone. When I'm walking the floor over you, I can't sleep away, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying my heart breaks right in two. Walking the floor over you. always would be mine. But you went and left me here with troubles on my mind. Well, I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep away, that is true. Hoping and I'm praying as my heart breaks right in two. Walking the floor over you.
Give it up for our dancers, y'all.
Great music, great dancing.
Yeah, great shit. Ow.
Chili, right? The chili, right?
Didn't know if we were doing 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s on that.
40s was the good line. For the setup, the 40s was good. Tub for all occasions.
Tub for every decade. Oh, making this Brian Wayne in tub time.
Living on tub time. That's still lonesome as me. Lonesome as me.
Oh, yeah.
We want you to be.
All right, I wrote this. We're going to do a song for you I wrote called Lonesome As Me. And I wrote it with Hank in mind, and I actually wrote it and I called up Hank Williams' niece, Irene, at the time, and I sang it to her over the phone. I was like, what do you think of this song? And she said, it does sound like Uncle Hank. And Irene has since passed, and I think about her a lot. She was a poet, too, and she was just a really cool person. But yeah, her mother was Irene, which was also named Irene. It was Hank's sister. You can find some really cool pictures from back in the day of them playing music together when we were kids. But this song is about how, for lack of better terms, this song would be considered probably the biggest insult you could give somebody during a breakup. So if you listen to the words and you think of that particular someone in your life that you could have given this to at any time, we'll all just join forces on that. But yeah, here's one called Lonesome As Me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, one could only hope that you're living in shame, and one could only hope that you're crying. Well, one could only hope that you're feeling the pain, that every breath gets you closer to dying. Well, one could only hope that you're up all night and asking how can this be. Well, I can only hope that you'll never find peace and that you're living as lonesome as me. Well, one could only hope that you're hurting real bad and that you're living every day all alone, that you're staring at the frost outside of your door, knowing that all your geese have all flown. And one could only hope that you're up all night and asking so patiently, and you're barely getting by and I'm pining for home, and you're feeling as lonesome as me. I'm wondering if you're calling now and asking for relief. wish that I was holding you close and no one else has made a home on my knee. And you're barely getting by just to pining for a home, and you're feeling as lonesome as me. Come on, boys. Soggy old leaf. And you were gonna wish that I was loving you, dear, and no one else has made a home on me. But you're barely getting by just a pining for a home, and you're feeling as lonesome as me. I hope that you fail in everything that you do, and that you're living as lonesome as me. You'll be lonesome for many of the times to come. Yes, you'll be just as lonesome as me.
Isn't it terrible? You're just like...
It's perfect.
And the list of people I dedicate that to gets larger all the time. All right. Well, y'all, I like I said, when I moved here, I just was on cloud nine. I got so lucky. I moved here because I was, well, let's see. This is my 5th year. It was this week that changed my life. 5 years ago was when it happened. I came down here and played an open mic night for CMA Fest, and I had a fella named Gus Arundale come up to me. Now, Gus Arundale owns a company called Springer Mountain Farms. Anybody know Springer Mountain Farms? Yep. And he said, "Have you ever made a record?" I said, "No." He goes, "Do you want to?" I said, "Yes." He says, "I'll pay for it." Wow. And that night, I was with the Browns, and that's when Jim, his wife, said, "Well, if you're going to be a country singer, you should probably live here, and you can move in with us." And that's when that happened. And I'd written some songs, and I had Jimmy Capps call me from the Grand Ole Opry, and he'd said, "Hey," he's like, "I'm going to produce your record." And I'd known Jimmy for a while. Jimmy's no longer with us. Anybody remember Jimmy Capps? Absolutely. The sheriff. Yeah, he was one of the best guys I ever got to work with. Him and Charlie McCoy are two of my favorites. And a wonderful steel player by the name of Mike Johnson.
Right.
And I got to work with all those guys. It was like a pretty surreal, cool experience. But anyways, that record that we did record was Jimmy Capps' last record he ever worked on. And if you don't know, Jimmy did some of the best songs ever. He did Stand By Your Man. He did He Stopped Loving Her Today. He did The Gambler. And he worked with the Louvin Brothers, and he was in the Opry staff band for 60 years. But anyways, if you're interested, I have that record on that table in there if y'all want one. And I'm running out of CDs, so y'all probably be the last bunch that might get them. But anyway, I realize CDs sell still. They still sell.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But we're going to do the title track off that record. It's called Local Bar Opry Star, and it's literally just about singing in bars, pretending that you are the Opry star. And it goes like this. You got the kick, Antoine?
Yeah, sure. Not too fast, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
1, 2, 1.
Well, I wonder if you've been here long, or if you just sat down. And I wonder if they filled you in on the talk of all this town. You may not know the truth about me if you've come from afar, 'cause I'm this local bar's Grand Ole Opry star. song of sadness for the love that's got away. And I'll sing a song of romance on a couple's special day. And most are too intoxicated to think that I ain't up to par, 'cause I'm this local bar's grand old Opry star. Eddie Slide on the steel guitar. Started swaying in 3/4 time, you know. And that drinking a good song will help when you are feeling low. I'm the server of the grandest country music caviar, 'cause I'm this local bar's grand old Opry star. Places now with you and all your friends, and I'll croon another drinking song like pop atop again. Well, this smoky room's a fortress, a hillbilly Alcazar, 'cause I'm this local bar's grand old Opry star. 'Cause I'm this local bar's grand old Opry star. Thank you. That's a fun song. We got a couple left in us. What time we got, boys? We got time for a couple more. Sounds good. All right, this next song I wrote. I was out there in the Hiltons, Virginia. I was at the Carter family fold for a weekend. I came home and overlooked the mountains and wrote this next song here. That's a true story, boys, but you never knew that.
I don't know what song we're playing. Oh.
Sweet young thing, when you slip around at night, I don't wanna stop you now, I don't wanna fuss and fight. Sensation is the thing in which I clutch with all my soul. I never thought I'd let a woman have me straight a home. Well, I've waited oh so long, my dear, and oh so patiently. Where do you go, my sweet young thing, when you slip away from me? Trembling hands are causing all my scars. Temptation is a thing in which I long for deep and pure. This seed to love I've given out would be the only cure. I've waited oh so long, my dear, under that willow tree. Where do you go, my sweet young thing, when you slip away from me?
so much.
Somebody asked me, several people asked me, how did you get these guys? Well, here's how it happened. We were down with some friends from Colorado last summer downtown. We're riding the trolley around. So we get off at the Country Music Hall of Fame and we start walking up to Broadway. And Sylvie and I were walking by and I go, "Do you hear that?" And it was Mike. It was Zach playing. So we go into Johnny Cash bar and we danced a couple, you know, we danced one, and then went on. I go, "Man, that guy was good. We got to find him." And so anyway, I sent out an email. Most of you probably got it. It said if you. Yeah.
We had to find it.
Well, last 2 books of the Bible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way I tell everybody. Google or the last 2 books of the Bible. However y'all want to find it.
So anyway, I sent out an email saying, if you know of anybody that wants to do a house concert, let me know. Well, my friend Eddie says, "Hey, how about the Nashville Counts?" And I go, "Well, that's that group that I saw. Wait a minute, that's the singer that I saw." And I said, "Absolutely, Eddie, put it together." So that's how it happened. So if you, yeah.
Guys, I've had a great time. I've had a really good time. I really appreciate y'all so much. This means way more to me than CMA Fest or Lower Broadway. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's the get to talk to everybody, get to hang out a little bit. And this is what I like. When you move to Nashville, you get to play downtown a lot, you get to play in front of a lot of crowds, but one thing I miss the most is those backyard bonfire jams. And that's what this feels like tonight with you guys, is getting to play some songs and getting to hang out and talk and have a little bit of community. And that's one thing I haven't had in a long time. So I appreciate you all for having us out tonight. Yeah, no mosquitoes in here. This is great. So, if the good Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll see y'all before long. But for now, we're going to head down that lonesome road.
1, 2.
for the Nashville Counts, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Oh, yeah.
But we ran out of songs. That's what it was like, 16 years old, playing music for the first time, and you got yourself a half-hour slot at a bar somewhere opening for another band. And you run out of songs, and they're like, do an encore, and you're like, but I've already played Folsom Prison twice. All right, since we've been talking a lot about Hank, let's do one y'all may know.
Go ahead, Antoine.
Last night about 10:30, that baby of mine was let me in, so move it on over, move it on over, move it on over, move it on over, move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. She's changed the lock on, I've got pulling on my door, feet on it no more, so get it on over, move it on over, slide it on over, move it on over, move over, short dog, 'cause the tall dog's moving in. Move it on over, move it on over, creep it on over, move it on over, move over, short dog, 'cause the tall dog's moving in. This doghouse here is mighty small, but it's better than no house at all. So please head on over, move it on over, drag it on over, move it on over, move over, skinny dog, 'cause the dead dog's moving in. Remember, puppy, before you whine, well, that side's yours and this side's mine, so shove it on over, move it on over, sneak it on over, move it on over, move over, old dog, 'cause the two dogs moving in. Scratching keys, so slide it on over, move it on over, sneak it on over, move it on over, move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in.
Thank you all so much.